You bring home a new toy. Colorful, crinkly, full of promise. You unwrap it with love, place it gently in front of your cat, and they walk right past it, straight into the cardboard box it came in, and they stay there. 4 hours. Maybe days. At first, it feels like a joke. A quiet little betrayal. You tried to give them something special, but they chose the trash instead. But what if it's not so simple? What if that old, crumpled box means more to your cat than you ever realized? What if, inside that box, your cat finally feels something they don't always show? Safety, warmth, control, and above all, peace. You see, cats don't speak our language. They don't write thank you notes or smile when they're grateful. They show love through stillness, through silence, and sometimes, through the simple act of disappearing into a quiet space that feels like home. In today's video, we're not just talking about cardboard. We're exploring a sacred space. A box that holds more than your cat's body. It holds their instincts, their history, their heart. Let's open it together. The box is not just a box. To us, it's leftover packaging. To your cat, it's sanctuary. Imagine being small in a world built for giants, where every sound is louder, every movement faster, every room a jungle of unknowns. In that world, a box is everything. It wraps around their body like a blanket. It muffles the noise. It hides them from view. But it also gives them power. Inside the box, your cat is no longer prey, they are the watcher. In control. So, safe. Have you ever noticed how your cat's eyes change when they're in a box? Soft, half-closed. Calm. They aren't just resting, they're resetting. Emotionally, physically, deeply. Some cats will even choose a box over your lap. Not because they don't love you, but because the box offers something you can't. A space without expectations. No touch. No talking. Just stillness. And stillness is sacred to a cat. The hunter in hiding. But the box isn't always about calm. Sometimes, it becomes a battlefield. Have you ever walked past a box and suddenly, a paw lashes out? Eyes wide, tail flicking, body tensed like a coiled spring? That's not mischief. That's instinct. Inside that box, your cat becomes the hunter again. A silent stalker. Waiting. Watching. Practicing what they were born to do. It doesn't matter that they're fed every day. The wild still lives inside them. A cardboard box becomes their cave. A shadowed place to pounce, play, and pretend. And when they leap from it, they're not just playing. They're remembering. Does your cat have a favorite box? Tell us in the comments. Does your cat have a box they won't give up? The one they've claimed as their throne? Maybe it's under the couch, torn at the corners, worn with love and covered in fur. That box isn't trash. It's a chapter of your cat's story. We'd love to hear about it. Your comment might be featured in our next video. The refuge of the sensitive soul. Sometimes a cat disappears. Not forever, just for a while. You search the house, call their name, shake the treat bag. Nothing. And then, you find them. Curled up inside a box. Quiet. Breathing slow. Eyes watching. They're not hiding from you. They're hiding with themselves. Because to a cat, the world can be loud. A sudden door slam. New furniture. A visitor who smells like unfamiliar places. Their response isn't anger. It's retreat. And the box is their refuge. It blocks out just enough light, just enough noise. It lets them breathe on their own terms. No one touches them there. No one asks them to be brave. It's not weakness. It's self-care. Even shelters know this. The first thing many vets or rescues give a scared cat is a box. A little space to feel invisible until they're ready to be seen again. Paw prints, a world written in scent. Boxes don't just feel good to the body, they speak to the nose. To a cat, scent is the story of the world. That's why the moment your cat steps into a box, they rub. Their cheeks, their paws, even their forehead. They're not being cute. They're writing a message. This is mine. This is safe. This smells like me. Cardboard is perfect for scent marking. It soaks in your cat's scent like a diary, absorbs secrets. Every need, every scratch, every gentle rub leaves behind invisible ink. That's why your cat returns to the same box again and again. Not because it's the newest, but because it smells like home. Even if it's torn and worn. Even if you think it's time to throw it away. For your cat, it holds memories. It smells like them. And maybe, a little bit like you. Warmth, texture, and that just right feeling. Now imagine the way cardboard feels to a cat. Firm enough to support their weight. Soft enough to scratch and stretch into. Cardboard holds warmth like a soft cave. In colder months, it becomes their favorite nest. A cozy oven of body heat and quiet air. And the best part? It wraps them up. Not in fabric, but in containment. A snug box tells their body, you're safe now. No open edges. No exposed sides. Every wall says, you're held. This gentle pressure calms the nervous system. It's the same feeling a baby gets from being swaddled. Or the way you feel under a weighted blanket on a hard day. That little box becomes a sanctuary. A physical hug made of paper and peace. The first step for a shy heart. If you've ever brought home a timid cat, one that hides under the bed, flinches at sound, or avoids your touch, you've probably seen this happen. You give them food. They don't eat. You offer toys. They don't play. You speak softly. They stay far away. But then, you place a cardboard box nearby, and something shifts. They slip into it. Not dramatically. Quietly. And in that small brown square, they settle. That box doesn't ask for anything. It doesn't reach toward them. It doesn't move. And in that stillness, trust begins. For many shy cats, the box becomes their home base. A place they retreat to, and eventually emerge from. And when they do come out, it's often to see you. That quiet presence nearby. That soft voice. Those moments when you didn't reach in but just sat close. They noticed. Bonding without touch. Might surprise you. But some of the deepest trust between you and your cat happens when you don't try to touch them. Especially when they're in their box. Instead of reaching in, sit nearby. Read a book. Scroll your phone. Just be present. Maybe place a small treat near the opening. Maybe whisper a little hello. You're saying something powerful without a single word. I see you. I respect your space. I'm here when you're ready. Over time, your cat may peek out. Then step out. Then sit beside you on their terms. That box becomes the bridge. From solitude to connection. From fear to curiosity. From leave me alone to I choose you. Boxes and the gift of choice. Cats aren't like dogs. They don't want to be told where to play, where to sleep, when to cuddle. They want freedom. That's why offering multiple boxes around the house, different shapes, sizes, positions, can transform their daily life. One in the sun. One under the table. One tall and narrow. One flat and wide. Let them choose. Let them change their mind. One day they'll curl up tight. The next they'll sprawl out and watch the window. Cats like us have moods, needs, shifting states of being. When you give them choices, you're not just offering comfort. You're giving them control. And with cats, control means confidence. A confident cat is a happy cat. A happy cat is more playful, more affectionate, more alive. More than toys, more than things. You don't need to buy the latest gadget. You don't need the fanciest cat tower, the sleekest bed, or the noisiest toy. Because your cat doesn't measure love in price tags. They measure it in quiet, in safety, in the feeling of being seen and left in peace. That crinkled, faded box in the corner? To them it's better than gold. It holds their scent. It holds their power. It holds the silence where they feel most whole. And maybe, it even holds a little piece of you. The room it's in. The warmth of your home. The smell of your laughter. The sound of your heartbeat. You are their whole world. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to understand every behavior. But when you respect their silence, when you offer space, when you see the box not as clutter but as comfort, you're loving them in their language. And in return, they curl beside you not because they have to, but because they want to. You're not just their owner. You're their safe place. Their stillness. Their peace. Their person. Tell us in the comments. What's one quirky, adorable thing your cat does that always makes you smile? Do they snore in their box? Pounce from it like a tiger? Drag it across the floor like a toddler with a favorite blanket? We'd love to read your story and feature some of them in our next video. Because here in Meowsphere, we're more than a channel. We're a circle of cat hearts beating softly together. Call to action. If this video brought you one step closer to understanding your cat, if it helped you feel seen as a loving cat parent, we'd be honored if you'd like, subscribe, and join our Meowsphere family. Because here we don't just care for cats. We listen to them. We learn from them. And we do it together. Paw prints. Until next time. May your home be filled with soft paws, slow blinks, and just enough cardboard to make life feel complete.